Today marks 2 years since the U.S. Supreme Court handed down a decision in Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Center, and it overturned 50 years of precedent previously set by Roe v. Wade. Today, abortion rights activists gathered outside the Supreme Court. Demonstrators waved flags and signs in support of abortion rights. Protesters briefly clashed with some anti-abortion counter-protesters. Since the ruling, abortion has proven to be a mobilizing issue for voters. Well, over the last 2 years, Georgia doctors say the ruling drastically impacted how patients receive help from them.
That's right. 11 Alive's Kara Spelger spoke with medical providers about the impact the court's decision is having 2 years later.
On the morning of June 24th, 2022, Dr. Shawana Moore says her life as she knew it changed.
In the years followed, I wiped away tears from the patients that I serve, who've been turned away from evidence-based health care.
That day, the Supreme Court handed down the decision on Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health, the ruling effectively putting decisions about abortion access in the hands of states. Months later, in November of 2022, the Georgia Supreme Court reinstated Georgia's ban on abortions. And since then, Moore says she worries if additional changes to the law will limit her ability to care for her patients.
I go to work each day fearing of what will happen to me if I'm prosecuted, criminalized, or even jail for providing care to the patients who really need it.
The nurse practitioner and Emory professor explained over the last few years, she's noticed her patients from Black and brown communities, those who were already struggling, have been impacted the most.
Communities who are disproportionately impacted by already lack of access to health care, right? Limited resources.
And she's not the only doctor turning patients away. Planned Parenthood Southeast's medical director, Dr. Megan Cohen, says she's had to do the same, even as women cross state lines seeking access to an abortion.
I've seen patients from as far as Texas, Louisiana, Tennessee, and Mississippi all come here to see us in Georgia.
And she says a patchwork of abortion laws across states are confusing patients.
They are leading to delays in care, including obstruction to management of miscarriage or early pregnancy loss and diagnosis of ectopic pregnancy.
2 years, Cohen and Moore say, have been filled with fear and confusion for them and their patients. Kara Spelger, 11 Alive News.